Hey, Spectre121 Science, it's me, Spectre. In this video, I am turning the Kagunes types into dragons. It's been a while since I've done something like this. The last time was when I started actually just working on these, but I finally managed to get around to actually get to these. The next video is another dragons video, followed by another one, and then the fourth and final video of this week is gonna be more of my craft first series. Basically, just take Minecraft mobs and turn them into more of a creature. But anyways, well, then I put them into the a universe called the craft first. I'm gonna be talking more about Gamester, the overseer in that world, a little bit more. I have a few more interesting facts about him. But anyways, back to the fact of this video. In this video, I, like I already stated, turned the Kagunes types from Tokyo Ghoul into actual dragons this time. I did the order I usually go for is Kokaku, Ukaku, Renaku, and Bigaku. I turned the Kokaku into a true dragon. What was it? It was the Ukaku into a Wyvern. I'm going to be finally doing the original Wyvern that was made in a lab. The third one, I did the Renaku as a wyvern, and the Bigaku is actually a drake. Now let's roll intro and let's get into this video. Let's go. Like and subscribe if you enjoy this video. Okay, the first dragon I'm going to go over today is a dragon that I have talked about, not really talked about, more or less alluded to in the past when I was going over some other dragons, like one of the first dragons I ever went over. A very powerful one, but I might as well tell you the name of the dragon and its hybrid descendant. This dragon is known as the Kokaku Armored Dragon, better known as the Kokaku Dragon. Sorry. The dragon that I was talking about is one of the original dragons I was talking about. The Infernal Kokaku Armored Dragon, or Infernal Armor. But these dragons look a lot better than their descendants because of their genes that got mixed with the firebending dragon. Trust me, that thing is kind of cool looking, but still kind of ugly at the same time. The way that happens is if a male or female of either species find each other and mate, which is quite rare. So the hybrids are actually quite rare. But since they have been only a few hundred found, so those created 50 pairs, and then their eggs usually have around 4 total, and at most 3 of them hatch. At least one is either rotten or a dud, or not even real and unfertile. But those 3 will then sprout from 50. So yeah, there was a large boom in population for these dragons. So yeah, these dragons are very powerful. They don't breathe any type of breath weapon, but what they can do, like their descendant, they can coat themselves in a biological armor. And yes, they do eat other dragons, but trust me, that's the least of your worries if you fight one of these things in the wild. Because their roar is so loud, it can cause people that are pretty much deaf, like are going deaf, like to hear them from a mile away. And if you hear their roar right next to them, you'd be lucky if you can still hear. Because I've heard that roar from about 2 miles away, my hearing is pretty shot from all the roars of dragons I've been fighting. So I have to use magic enhancing hearing. But even with my bad hearing, I can still hear pretty well. So I was able to hear that loud. And when I went to investigate, I heard about people being so close to the dragon, they lost their sense of hearing. And their biological armor is actually not really, it's more of a biological metal. It is very strong. And I've seen a few people actually have these. These are known as Ghoul dragon hybrids. These dragon human hybrids are very powerful in their own right. They do eat human flesh, but we've gone to accept them for that fact. But there's a few bad ones out there. So we have a little organization that actually hunt these people down and take care of them. And some of those guys are never seen again. But another fact of these is that it is very difficult, but it is possible for them to have a combination of species. Like a Kokaku and a Ukaku dragon could have a chance of creating a Wyvgon that has the armored plating, but it's also very light. The best way to put it, if it's like a Drake, they have a Drake, which will make a lot more sense, because using the wings of its one of its parents, it could, if it's a pure combo, it could, the two could be combined into an armor that is very light but yet very durable, or turn into wings that are very durable. So yeah, the best way I could put it is if it's a Wyvgon and the wings are just a lot harder and more metallic looking. Trust me, I've tried shooting through one of those things, armors, right when I was a few hundred years old. The bullets just bounced right off. It's not like they were made of bows and arrows, and I was using a pretty big round in there, so yeah, that armor was pretty tough. Now, the last one, I was talking about a Wagaku Wyvgon, I mean. That's the next one. This one is another very, very old dragon I've been talking about for a while, the Wyvgons. Very powerful in their own right, but the reason why they're so aggressive is because they are part Wyvern. The reason why I say it is because they are a part Wyvern. They are a medium-sized dragon. They have 4 legs, but they are also are not able to breathe anything due to the fact that they can't breathe anything. That's another thing they get from their the wyvern part of them, but their wings and their abilities, other things they have, are actually come from their true dragon part. Their true dragon part gives them the increased scaling that's very durable, and the size they can grow to. They're usually around a medium size, which is around a I want to say a 10-foot to around a 30-foot wingspan. But those things can get super huge, like around like the biggest one that's ever been recorded, 500-foot wingspan. That's around at least around 225-foot wingspan for each wing. So yeah, that's pretty big. But you might be thinking, where's the other 50 feet at? Answer: that's how thick the body is. That's at Smash Point, anyways. But trust me, these things are very powerful. The way they were created is because they were created in a lab. They're actually ones that were found in the wild that were actually made from, weirdly enough, nature itself. So yeah, nature itself can be quite scary. But these Wyvgons are actually far more powerful because, they're actually created via nature, not humans tampering with the biology of dragons or dragon-like species. They are actually quite hard to tame, But once they are tamed, they are very nice to their master. But if anyone were to harm their master, you were practically signing a death warrant. I have accidentally punched a guy in the shoulder playfully. He had a Wyvern as a pet. The thing ripped off my arm before it called it off. These dragons are actually very intelligent as well, both in the lab and the wild. The ones in the lab, for what they don't make up in power, they make for intelligence. Because of the lab, they had some human intelligence, but it's mostly dragon in there, so yeah. Very smart, so they can understand human speech. And a few of them actually can talk. And trust me, it's quite freaky. It's like gravel in a blender. Like, it's very hard to actually understand them. But I can actually understand them because they can speak Draconic. So can I. So yeah, it's quite hard to say. But that recording was just saying, hi, how are you? So yeah, they sound like a gravel going through a blender. Let's get to the next one. Okay, the next one I'm going to go over is actually a wyvern. This one is actually really aggressive, but not as aggressive as some other species of wyvern, but still pretty up there. It looks like your average wyvern at first, but as soon as you get in close combat with it, it becomes apparent that the thing ain't remotely close to their most common wyverns. These things can be found pretty in a good chunk of the Americas, and their wingspan is around 30 feet total. Their main body is around 5 feet wide. So yeah, not really 5 feet wide, but it's pretty thick. Pretty much like double the average thickness of a human's body. So yeah, really thick. But these dragons are intelligent on the fact that they know how to fight and hold their own ground. They use their size to their advantage, and use the tendrils they have to actually pierce into the underbellies of bigger opponents. I've seen one of these actually fight a untamed, very aggressive wyvern I was hunting. The thing managed to get some decent blows in. And for the last one, I forgot to mention that the wings of the Ukaku wyvern are actually the Ghoul weaponry they have, the Ukaku. So yeah, I forgot to mention that fact. The reason why they're called Rengaku on the Rengaku tendril wyvern, which is its full name, the most common name is Rengaku wyvern, is because that's their biological weapon. So yeah, it's quite a headache to deal with all these different dragons, and they are been terrorizing us for quite some time. Stupid scientists in that lab. But hey, these dragons can also be found in quite a good chunk of Japan. So yeah, let's get to the next one. Okay, the last one I'm going over today is actually a drake. These drakes are mostly used for speed, for actually not racing at all, but actually more or less for siege attacks. Yeah. People have a lot of advanced weaponry, but we still use drakes as weapons. Yeah, that's for more traditional people. We do have cybernetic battering rams and stuff like that, but it's just something so satisfying about breaking through fortified walls made of tungsten titanium alloy with a small drake that's violence is around the size of around half a bus. Just imagine it, just running right up, swinging its tail, making a giant hole for someone just to crawl in, think, "What's that frickers?" and just start annihilate all your soldiers. Yeah, I've done that when I was younger. These drakes are actually known as the Bagaku tail drake, or Bagaku Drake, and they are pretty common in Japan and all over the rest of the world. So all the dragons I've gone over so far are the Ukaku Dragon, which is a biological armor. The Ukaku Winged Wyvern, aka the Ukaku Wyvern, which wings are its Kagune type. The Renaku Tendril Dragon, and its tendrils are the Renaku, aka its biological weapon. And the last one was the Bagaku-tailed Drake, or Bagaku Drake. Their tail is their biological weapon. When it's not formed, they have a smaller tail that's not in the shape of a club or anything, but still strong in of itself. It's strong enough, it's long enough for it to smack someone in the face. It's around 2 feet long, but the full-on tail is actually is around 15, closer to 10 feet long. So yeah, and these are part Siege and part Racing Drake. The Siege is because they are very tough, and the Racing Drake is so that they can wound up and run pretty fast and get out of there. Now that's all the dragons, Kagune dragons I'm going to go over, and there's a lot of other combinations I'm still researching. So yeah, that's all for now. Well, I hope you liked today's video, because that's all the time I got for today. Until next time, subscribe to join the Spike Storm or Demons Alliance. Goodbye, and peace out, everyone.